Ladies and gentlemen, we have an update on the ongoing trial of Jonathan Majors in New York City. After several delays and disagreements between lawyers, the trial is set to begin today. The Creed III and Loki star is facing misdemeanor charges of assault and harassment, and if found guilty, he could potentially face up to a year in prison. The outcome of this trial could have significant consequences for his career. Majors is expected to be present in the Manhattan courtroom as jury selection gets underway. Additionally, a motion from a few news organizations to unseal documents in the case will be heard by a New York judge. These documents reportedly contain information about possible past incidents involving the actor. According to prosecutors, Majors allegedly became violent with his then-girlfriend, Grace Jabbari, during a car service ride from their apartment in Chelsea. The incident came to a sudden halt in Chinatown on the night of March 25. When NYPD officers arrived at the scene after Majors himself called 911, they found Jabbari with injuries including bruising, swelling, lacerations, and a broken finger. Majors was subsequently arrested but later released after a hearing. He was ordered to have no contact with Jabbari. Majors has pleaded not guilty to all charges. In response, Majors filed a cross-complaint with the police, claiming that Jabbari had initiated the violence and injured him as he tried to restrain her. He stated that she believed he was receiving text messages from another woman while they were in the car. Majors' lawyer, Priya Chaudhry, has argued that her client is the victim of escalating domestic violence by a controlling and abusive partner. Chaudhry has described the case as a witch hunt driven by racial bias against black defendants facing white accusers. She also criticized the Manhattan District Attorney's Office for pursuing the case despite the unraveling of the accuser's story. Chaudhry has cited text messages between Majors and Jabbari, as well as security camera footage related to the incident, to support her claims. Prosecutors decided not to charge Jabbari after she turned herself in to the police in October in response to Majors' complaint. Despite delays in the trial, the DA's office remains committed to presenting all the facts and evidence during the trial. Jabbari, who worked with Majors as a movement coach during filming, is expected to travel from London to testify for the prosecution about the events of that night 8 months ago. The impact of the arrest on Majors' professional life has been significant. He was dropped by his management company, Entertainment 360, and his publicist, The Lead Company, in April. Previously announced roles for the Emmy-nominated star of Lovecraft Country have also disappeared, and ad campaigns featuring Majors were pulled, including those for the U.S. Army and the Texas Rangers, who went on to win the World Series. Majors' legal team has attempted to have the case dismissed, claiming that prosecutors have not provided all the required evidence. In response, the DA disputed allegations of misconduct and mentioned an incident in London in September 2022, where Majors was filming Loki, which resulted in a police report. However, it is unclear whether the DA will be able to introduce this or any other past allegations under New York's legal standards. As of now, there have been no comments from the DA's office or Majors' lawyers regarding these recent developments. We will continue to keep you updated on this trial as it progresses.